Hello. Welcome to day 15. Oh my God, I keep forgetting. Day 15 of 365 days live with New. Welcome. I am today sitting on my patio and I'm about to go run some errands and do some grocery shopping, but I decided that I wanted to come on here and share and do my live. So here I am, and the sun just feels so good, and I just wanted to spend some time out here, and so nice and so peaceful. So if you are joining me live, say hello in the comments. If you're catching me on the replay, let me know in the comments as well. And if this is your first time catching me, hello. If you don't know me, my name is New Bang. I am a human design coach and mentor, as well as a life coach. And I guess for today, the way I describe the work I do is I really help people become the fullest expression of themselves. I really believe that our purpose here on life is to really find the courage and the strength to be all of who we are in this world today. And being all of who we are is going to allow us and enable us and empower us to pursue all that we want and are, meant to do in this world. So that is a little bit about what I do. So today's live is going to be a little update and an honest conversation about what it takes to build an online coaching business, specifically because I have personal experience with it. And so it doesn't have to be an online coaching business. You could be running an online consulting business. You could be selling, baked goods. You could be, selling tangible products. You could be selling PDFs, right? Like whatever it is, I am going to be sharing it from my perspective of building my online business ever since 2021. So it's about been 3 years. And the honest truth is that the path has not been linear. That's like the first thing I want you to understand if you are thinking of building a business, or if you are building a business and it has just been a struggle or it has not been linear. Well, welcome to the club. It is not. And I wish I had more people telling me that when I first started, because when we look online, we see all these successful people and they have, they're selling you like, oh, how to become successful, and this is what they did, and like they teach you all these things to do, but I feel like there's not enough people telling us that it's not going to be linear, that there's going to be ups and downs, and that will be many times where you feel like giving up and you question yourself a lot about whether you should be doing this or not, if this is aligned for you or not. So that is the very first thing that I want to share, is that building a business, especially a coaching business, is not going to be linear, because in the world of entrepreneurship, if you are building a heart-led business, you are going to be put in the the most challenging life lessons that you will ever be put through. Because when you create a business and you are, in a sense, the business, you are serving people from being you and what you have to offer, it kicks up a lot of stuff that is deep within your subconscious. All your beliefs, your limiting beliefs come up. All your programming comes up. You see all these things that have been dormant in your subconscious, just like hanging out, running your life on the subconscious. They will come to the surface. And when you don't have a coach or a mentor or a friend or trusted people around you to help you through that, it's really easy to slide back into like, oh, I'm just gonna go back and get a regular job, even though your soul is calling you to do something more. So I speak from experience, and at least that's how it's been for me, is that my journey has been a little bit different, because when I quit my job, I started living with my boyfriend at that time, his parents, and I was so fortunate and blessed to be able to be financially provided for. So I had a period where I just healed, and I was able to slowly build my business and slowly lead myself through all the limiting beliefs that came up, through all the traumas that resurfaced. And I worked through healing a lot of things from my childhood, with my parents, with my siblings, with my friends, and with my past romantic partners. And trust me, like, when I say that building your business from the ground up kicks up all these things, it does, even though it doesn't sound like it does, because like, hey, you're running a business, like why is your personal stuff coming up to the surface? Well, it's because of the work I do. The work I do with people is helping them discover who they are, helping them love themselves, accept themselves, helping remove all these blocks and these and rewire these patterns that have been imprinted from a young age, right? From 0 to 7, our subconscious is being imprinted. We're like a sponge at that age, and when we're at that age, of course, we were around our parents, so everything we took in the world through our parents' eyes, through the way they saw life, and you live with that. And if you never look at those beliefs of yours, you will be subconsciously run by that subconscious that was created from that very young age, from 0 to 7 years old. So a lot of that stuff came up for me, and I first started out with YouTube. So I started really sharing my journey, my burnout healing journey, on YouTube. So that's how I started. I really didn't think that I was going to do a business from it. I just wanted to share because I felt so alone, and I didn't want any of you who are going through burnout and just overworking yourself to prove your worth and your value. I didn't want anyone to feel left out or alone, so I created those videos for those people who need a voice like mine, right? And at that time, it was more like an outlet for me, because I am someone who's very expressive, and I do like to share what I'm going through, just because I feel like that's a part of my calling. And so I did that, and that was the first phase. And then I just dug deeper into developing myself, learning, taking courses, workshops, webinars, and I learned about trauma, about rewiring my subconscious, identifying my limiting beliefs, and seeing the effects that they have on the life that I currently have. And I started being able to identify the triggers that I have when I'm triggered, and the reactions I have to those triggers. And then I started learning tools to help me regulate myself, to help me get back to a place of neutrality, get back to current reality. Because when we are triggered, we go into a state of the past. When we're triggered, we're actually not present anymore. Something within you has been triggered. That means that your subconscious has been brought back into the past of whatever traumatic event that happened, and your subconscious is living there in the moment, even though you are physically safe and secure in the present moment. Your subconscious is reliving the past, and that is what happens when we are triggered. So I started learning tools to regulate and to bring myself back to the present moment, and communicate and signal to my body that I was safe. And so that was my journey, and that was like a healing journey. And honestly, after the healing, like there was a lot of grief that came out of my body, and honestly, I felt so much lighter after that. And that was actually, after I saw that, that was when I actually decided that I want to do that for others too. I want to help others on that path too, because you know, it comes from like when you have something beautiful and joyful and life-giving that you have experienced, I'm sure you want to share that joy with other people too. Like it can be as simple as like you ate something and tried something really delicious and you just want to share that food with everyone, right? You're like raving about it. It's just, it's the same concept, but it's like, yeah, like this work like healed me, it changed my life for the better. And so I wanted to share it with people, and that really was what started my journey into becoming a coach. And so I created my first online course, the Self-Love Journey course, because that was taking people through what I took myself through in order to get to a place where I had a lot of love and compassion and acceptance for myself. And so I created that course, and then, in all honesty, like no one bought the course. And of course, at that time, I felt like a failure because I was like, no one wants to know, oh, no one wants my help. You know, I can't help anybody. Like all those, you know, childhood limiting beliefs came up because I didn't have any evidence in the moment that anybody wanted my course. So, and that's okay. That's going to happen at the beginning, right? And it's through these tests in a sense that our faith and our trust and our passion is being tested in terms of, are we really doing this for the right reasons? If no one signs up, like, is your heart really in it? And so after releasing my self-love course, I was also doing human design already at that point. And so I did human design readings, and I really enjoyed that. And like, it was my first time doing readings, and I was really nervous. And I did free readings, and then I did really low offer readings just because I wanted to get practice. And so I really did that for like a few months. And the thing with me is like, I started learning how I work as a person, how I work as an entrepreneur, right? Everybody has their own style. And the challenge with me was like, I was working for a few months, and then I didn't feel the passion for it anymore. And then I got worried because I was like, oh no, like, is this it for me? You know, like, is this it? Like, am I, like, what am I supposed to be doing next? And so I had that fear come up when I didn't want to do readings anymore. And then I went through that phase, and then after that, I started feeling like, okay, like maybe I need help, like I actually need actual like structure to help me. So that was when I got into the life, I applied for a scholarship for the life to be certified as a life coach. And I got that scholarship, and that was what launched me into my 7-month coaching program certification, which literally like changed my life again and showed me a whole new world of coaching, and a world of coaching that really like because when we were in the program, we were being coached like every week, and that was so helpful. Like just seeing and living and embodying the value of having a coach and the value of being listened to, and the value of holding space for people. And even though that sounds so simple, ooh, it's getting warm. I'm gonna move into the shade. Yes, the value. I'm gonna put my phone on the patio. Hopefully it's okay. Ooh, it is still a little bit warm. The value of having someone hold space for you, and being able to just talk your fears out loud and talk through things and actually have a game plan was really helpful. And so I went through that certification, and then I started doing free coaching sessions. And right, like through all this time, like I'm not making much money, and every time someone asks me like, hey, like, how's your coaching business going? I would just feel like so, I guess, ashamed that I wasn't making money, because at that time I was still tying my definition of success was still like, oh, am I making money? Do I have clients? And because that's what we're taught, right? And so I always felt ashamed, or like I felt like I wasn't doing enough. And that was really hard for a long time, because I don't like to feel that way. And so after I graduated from my coaching certification, I took a little break. Well, not a little break. I actually took a long break. So throughout all this like coaching and doing free coaching, and then doing some paid coaching, and then doing my human design readings as well, and navigating my own life and navigating what success means to me, and then learning from a bunch of teachers, and just the whole culmination of things, like throughout this whole like 2 years, a year at that point. It was just a year. It feels like a long time. My business was like, in my business and my emotional frequency was like up and down, up and down, up and down. Like there were really, really good days and really bad days where I just wanted to burn everything down. And so it is a roller coaster. And I think there were so many times where I wanted to give up, but I didn't, because I had people around me, like other entrepreneurs who were doing the same thing, and they were going through similar things. And so I felt less alone. And I still have that till today. Like I have people who are working towards something bigger than them, and that scares them still, and they keep showing up, and they don't let a bad day keep them down. And of course, I had like mentors and coaches who held space for me, and who also helped me carry that belief in me so that I can continue going forward, because there will be those days where things are hard. And so that was like after I graduated from my certification, I did a few coaching, and then that was when I got really overwhelmed, because I was like, it was like time, right? It's kind of like that feeling when you get after you graduate from either high school or like college. After you graduate from college, and everybody's expecting you to do something big with your life, right? Like find that job. And so that's how I felt all over again. I felt like, okay, like I've graduated from my coaching certification. I need to like be making money now. And so that was a lot of pressure. And then from that place, I worked, and I was, let me see, it was from that place of pressure that I worked in my business. And soon after that, I burnt out in my business. Okay, so before I was burnt out from my job, okay, my real estate job, and just the years of being a teacher. But now I burnt out from my business, and I never thought that would happen. So that was why last year I took a whole year off of my business, because I wanted to find myself again. I wanted to figure out like what I wanted, right? Because my whole life I was not asked very often what I wanted, and that was not part of life for me, and I'm not sure if you can resonate with that, but I feel like what I wanted never mattered, because it was always making sure that everybody else was okay. So it was a very hard concept for me to like figure out what I wanted, and not what I think I should be doing, or what I think other people think is best for me. Because honestly, we deep down inside in our souls and our hearts, we know what is the best for us. We're just afraid to go for it. And I know that now. Still practicing it, but I know that now. So I took that whole year off last year, and here I am. Like the story I shared yesterday was the culmination, the continuation of this, the story that I'm telling you right now. Yesterday was, I decided not to go to work part-time. I am still a substitute, but substitute is just like whenever I want to. And other than that, I'm just working on my business again, and I'm building it now differently, from a place of authenticity and from a place of alignment. I am going to fully commit to doing things that just feels right. Even though it's scary, I'm going to have faith this year that it's going to work. And the only way it's going to fail is if I quit. And I will only quit if I honestly, truly feel that I don't want to do this anymore. This doesn't light me up anymore. And I've found something else that I would rather be dedicating my life's purpose to. Okay, so with that being said, I know that there are still going to be ups and downs. Okay, just because I've decided, hey, like, you know, I'm going to live in alignment now and like build my business in alignment, there's still going to be ups and downs. And I had one of those sessions just this morning where I was in my head about, okay, like, I've been doing lives for 2 weeks, right? Like, what is my purpose? Like, where is my business going? And so, like, I don't have a business coach right now. And I don't actually think that a business coach is what I need, because what I really need is to sit down with myself and really tap into what I really desire for long term, but then also break that down, right? The masculine aspects of my business, because the feminine aspect is I'm going to listen to my heart. I'm going to flow. I'm going to feel into what feels right. But at the same time, I want to have that masculine structure of like, hey, like, this is the goal we want to go for, and this is going to be amazing if it happens, like dreaming about the possibility of it, and then even putting in a little bit of potentiality in there, and then also do things that are predictable. So in my business right now, of course, I've launched this year, and it's been 2 weeks. This year I've launched my human design offers, and that is what I have currently open. And so of course sometimes, and I noticed this, that the beautiful thing about doing the work and becoming aware is that, like, once I start shifting and my mind starts going somewhere else, I notice it right away that, hey, like, I'm drifting away from doing what is in alignment to, hey, how are we gonna make money? And the thing is, my business doesn't have to make business. I'm not gonna put pressure on it to make business, but would I love for it to make money? Of course, because the more I receive, the more I can give. And I've always been generous in giving, but also, of course, I want to be open to receiving as well. So not that I don't want to make money, but I do want to make money, but I'm not going to put the pressure on my business to make me money, because I don't want to transfer that pressure onto you, right? So there needs to be a beautiful balance between, like, I would love to make money, but I don't have to, because in doing and in being in my business, it's enough to fulfill me. Then that should be enough, and that is enough, right? Because I am in a beautiful place where I am financially supported by my partner, and I truly believe that is because God, the universe, has a plan for me to be in this place where I don't have to work, and I can focus on this and focus on serving, and because that's my destiny, that's my reality, that's my purpose right now. And for a long time, I've been fighting that reality, and I've been feeling guilty for it. And so I'm releasing all of that, and I am just going to remember to come back to, like, what really matters, come back to serving, come back to the question of what would be really fun to do right now. What do I want to give right now? Like, what will fulfill me? Because my new success metric is my feeling in my business, the feminine aspect of it. Not like, oh, if I have this amount of clients or if I make this amount of money, then I'm successful. For me right now, if I'm successful, that means I have to be feeling good. If I'm feeling good in my business, if I love what I'm doing, if I find it joyful and life-giving, then I'm successful. And so I'm going to be practicing that, preaching that, and really embodying it. And I'm gonna, like, share it with you how it goes, you know. I'm gonna share with you, like, how that goes for me, and to see, like, you know, the ups and downs that comes with that, when that reality of, like, hey, like, just shifting your idea of what it means to be successful. Okay, successful to me and I'm rewiring it every single day. Is like, am I having fun in my business? Is it filling me up? Does this feel good? Is it enjoyable? And that is really the world that we are shifting into in human design. In 2027, there will be the shift, the mutation of moving away from the focus of the outside world, systems and structures, and having it turn inward. And we are going into a world where we're going to empower ourselves, focus on ourselves, really do what lights us up, and you will see that there will be a world of people, a world of entrepreneurs and solopreneurs and small businesses that will be popping up, but they already are, but it is just the beginning. So yeah, I just also wanted to add that in, that human design also has predicted that in 2027 there will be this global shift from the companies, from corporate, from society into the individual in the most beautiful way. So I am feeling so grateful to be in this industry where I am now, because I feel like I've jumped on the bandwagon and I have started the movement ahead of time in a sense. And I am here if you want to jump on the bandwagon, if you are feeling the call, if you want to just start small. I also want to share that, yeah, like this, I'm going to be sharing my journey like throughout this whole time, and that's part of my human design. I'm a 2/4 profile, and that means in human design I'm really a natural influencer, which means I just really come here, I do my life, I live my life, I be in my life, come here and I share it with you. And if it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, that's great too, because now you can see that what I do is not what you like, right? Either way, you win by just allowing yourself to be exposed to what I have to share in my experience. And as a 2/4, you know, that's what I do. I live my life and I share it, and and for a long time, I feel like that was very too easy. Like, don't I need to do more? But I'm learning to love that and learning to be okay with that. And then also one thing I also wanted to share about my human design that popped up this morning was that in one of my trainings in human design, and I'm always still learning about human design, especially when I'm in a phase where I'm really interested in it, I learned that, I was reminded that in human design, my communication and what is in my Mercury planetary placement on the conscious side is the gate of initiation, the gate of shock. So I'm really here to communicate to people, like to shock people into their next state, you know, initiate them into the next level of who they are. So I have this very initiating energy about me, and so I warn you, but not really, that if you are in my world, you are going to feel propelled, you're going to feel pushed in a good way to become better, to do more, to see your potential. And I love that, because that is so me. You know, I believe in my potential so much, and I believe in your potential just as much as well. And then on my unconscious side, for my human design, for the Mercury, my communication is the gate of stillness. Okay, the gate of stillness. And the gate of stillness, which is interesting, communicating that, is like the gate of being able to focus on something, to calm myself down, to really listen in and be able to do what needs to be done in order to help you achieve your goal, whatever you want to do, right? So it's an energy of stillness. So it's interesting because there's like these two energies about me, right? The conscious side is like the initiator, the go, 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 like you can do more, you can be more. But then it is also infused, and there is the energy from the unconscious side of like focus, of stillness, listening to yourself. And in doing that, you can use that energy. I can use that energy to propel you forward and initiate you into your next level. So let me bring it back to the story of how my coaching business is going. So I was thinking today, like, yeah, I'm going to be sitting down today after I run my errands, and I'm going to really dedicate some time to creating some masculine structures for my business, and with the success metric of feeling good in my business, and I'm going to go from there. And as of right now, I have a human design reading this Friday, which I'm going to be preparing for, and I had one last week, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that, like, sure, it's one for right now, it's one a week, and I love that. I feel like that God is giving me what I need in order to slowly expand my capacity to hold and to do more and to be more. And so I think, like, you know, instead of seeing the lack in that and thinking like, oh, it's only one person, it's like it's a whole person, right? It's being able to help one whole person become aware of their human design and their energy, and helping them live a more fulfilling, more peaceful, more satisfied life. And so just, again, the power of gratitude, being grateful for what is, because the more we are grateful, the more we are able to receive the good that is already coming to us, the more we will receive. So I honestly believe in that, and I honestly, like, realized that that was not how I was living for the past 33 years of my life. So I'm going to anchor into, like, really nourishing and being grateful for what I have, because I was taught in the past that in order to have more, you always have to want more, and I was never taught to focus on the good that we do have. Hello, Tina. Nice seeing you. I am towards the end of my life, but you can definitely go back and watch the beginning. I talked all about my business and my journey. But I was saying, I was never really taught to be grateful for what I do have, and I was always taught to just keep looking forward and keep going and keep searching and doing the next thing. So this year is going to be different. I'm going to really fully learn to receive and be grateful for what I have, and from that place, then I will expand and be more and do more and have more, and then from that place, then I can give more, and then, you know, it's a cycle of life. So it's beautiful. So yeah, that is my live that I wanted to share today. I wanted to get that off my chest. I wanted to share that with you in case you are a business owner or someone who is thinking of starting your own business. Like, it's not easy, and it's not always going to be linear. It is not linear, let me say that. Let me correct myself. It is not linear, so don't expect it to be, and expect to have the biggest growth experience of your life as you are building your business. And again, having a coach, having a mentor, having a friend who is also in a spot similar to you is so helpful. It is priceless to have that support. And if you want to learn more about building your business, starting a business, becoming a coach, whatever it is, anything that I talked about today that sparked your interest, send me a message and we can chat. We can see if coaching with me is your right next step, or if human design reading, whatever it is, I am here to help you. And yeah, it's such a beautiful day. I am going to so enjoy my walk today once I get to it. That's kind of like my gift to myself later on. But for now, I will get going. So thank you for tuning in. Let me know what resonated with you in the comments. Say hi, and I will see you for tomorrow's live. All right. Bye.